and welcome to the America Makes booth here at Rapid plus TCT. My name is Josh Cramer, Director of Education and Workforce Development here at America Makes. I have with me a couple of esteemed gentlemen. We're excited to have with us James and Tony. They're going to tell you a little bit about themselves. We're going to talk about how we work together and just how to drive the industry forward in a lot of these ways. So James, we're going to go right to left. You want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Hey, I'm James Hubbard. I'm from the Institute for Advanced Learning and Research in Danville, Virginia. It's a small town right on the North Carolina border. Danville, Virginia has a history of textiles and tobacco industry. Both of those industries left the region, and the industry in Danville was forced to adapt and basically recover with advanced manufacturing. So the institute that I'm a part of basically is a regional catalyst for economic transformation in the Danville area, and it serves many of the surrounding counties. I'm a machinist by trade, and I love additive manufacturing, and we're so excited to be a part of this, so thank you.
Thanks, James. Dr. Tony Schmitz.
Yeah, thank you. Tony Schmitz, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and Oak Ridge National Laboratory. I'm representing the Southeastern Advanced Machine Tools Network. So machine tools meaning things that move around and do manufacturing. So additive and robotics and part transfer and machining all fit in that category. But I can say I'm so excited to be at the Rapid event and be able to talk about machining to folks. That's been a real treat. So what a great day.
It's been great, right? And certainly a lot of excitement going on here at the show today. We're excited to have you both here. You know, one of the common threads that ties us all together, right? I mean, we're talking machine tools, we're talking, Learning and Development Center and those kind of things. Is we're all kind of part of this network of the Defense Manufacturing Community Support Program. And so obviously you're all doing tremendous things in the industry, in advanced manufacturing, and really being a spur locally to drive innovation, to drive leadership, within the region as well. And Tony, I'm going to start with you. Sure. You want to give us a little background? I mean, obviously I know this background. You're a leader in the industry, well respected in the industry, a tremendous partner not only to America Makes but NCDMM as well. Can you share a little bit of the work that you've been, kind of trugging along down there as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason that I'm in East Tennessee is there's a historic excellence in additive manufacturing at the manufacturing demonstration facility as part of Oak Ridge National Laboratory. They recognized that in order to fully achieve their goals, they needed to add machining to that ecosystem, and so they went recruiting. They found Scott Smith and myself at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. So we moved over to East Tennessee. Scott's full-time at Oak Ridge. I'm split between the lab and the university. And our mission and our agenda was to bring machining to complement the additive activities in that area, and it's been a lot of fun for the last 3 years.
And you're driving a lot of research, obviously, in the machine tool industry, right? I mean, not only in training, but actual technical development as well.
So we're part of America's Cutting Edge. So that's a program sponsored through the Industrial Basin Analysis and Sustainment Program, IBAS. And so the research and development arm of that belongs at Oak Ridge National Laboratory's manufacturing demonstration facility. The workforce development part, which is equally important, is being managed through IACME, the Composites Institute, and our key partner in the Defense Manufacturing Community Support Program is America Makes. And so we've kind of touched all the bases together, and I'm living between a bunch of giants and having a lot of fun doing it.
I don't know about that. You're just as much as a giant there, buddy. There's no doubt about that. And James, obviously, you shared a small snippet of what you really have going on down there, right? So I again know the story of all the work and the big team and just the multiple organizations that are going on there doing tremendous work. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, the machining program of community college was the legacy program of Danville Community College and our region as a whole. One thing we've focused on in the area is building a talent pipeline. That's been our whole key from the very beginning. So essentially what we've got is we've got our 2-year traditional machining program that's done incredibly well. We've also established a program called GoTech, which basically brings manufacturing into middle schools in our region, which is really unique. The legacy machining programs in community colleges have always done well, but we want to make sure that the students know about those things before they can get there and make that decision. So from middle school, we've got GoTech and advanced manufacturing, so we've got CNC machining from a base level, additive manufacturing, robotics, automation, even little welding robots and stuff. Part of what we're trying to do with GoTech as well is expand this into the Hampton Roads region with the DMCSP grant.
That's right.
It's going to be huge. In addition to that, we've got middle school, we've got college, and we're trying to bridge the gap now and basically do a career academy program from the 9th and 10th grade to expand on GoTech, so that way the students are engaged in advanced manufacturing at a broader range in middle school. They can kind of hone in those skills and figure out where exactly they'd like to be when they get in 9th and 10th grade. And then in 11th and 12th, you've got dual enrollment, machining or welding or whatever they choose, which can lead them straight into community college. In addition to that, we have also worked on developing after the community college, 4-year degrees. So there's basically, you can get your machining degree, then what, right? If you want to pursue it further, one thing we're working on with Old Dominion University in Virginia is establishing a pathway for a manufacturing, engineering, technology degree program. And that just hit a few months back, but it's been in development for years. And I know America Makes is going to be a key part of that when we figure out curriculum mapping and things like that for industry recognized credentials and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think everyone can kind of see some of the connectivity points. I mean, obviously, right? Some of the tip of the sword, so to speak, in technology development. You know, the working career pathways. I mean, that's near and dear to our heart here at America Makes, right? And having the opportunity to engage with you both and your reach and your organization, right? One of the things that I always say, you know, education and workforce development for us is K to grade. We want to make sure that we have those pathways. We want to be here. We're working, you know, all the way down to K1, 2. We're working in reskill, upskill. You know, one of our other kind of taglines is national strategy, local impact, right? So how do we leverage these best practices and again, and elevate some of your best practices to the national level and take to some other communities as well to teach those folks how to fish, right? And really celebrate those as well. And I think one of the key things, you know, and I want to kind of pivot us a little bit into specifically talking defense manufacturing communities, right? Because these are, in some senses, fueling the fire. In some senses, giving you an opportunity to kind of expand and scale and those kind of things as well. And so, you know, James, I'll start with you maybe and share a little bit about kind of, you know, that specific focus on the DMCSP. And again, looking at like the work that you're looking and you talked a little bit about the kind of where it's going to go and scale in there. And can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the end of the day, the DMCSP is going to take that pipeline, that talent pipeline, and really we just need to expand it, and that's what the key is. So I mentioned we're moving into the Hampton Roads area, and that is specifically for the Naval Defense Industrial Base. In addition to that, part of the broad scope of all of this is I'm actually here on behalf of a program called Accelerated Training in Defense Manufacturing. This program is funded by the Department of Defense through the IBAS office, Industrial Base Analysis and Sustainment. And essentially they went around the country and they said, if there was ever any kind of war effort or anything like that, with not only the workforce gap, but the skills gap, it's not looking good, right? So the ATDM program is a fast-paced, rapid training program, 600 hours, 15 weeks, 8 hours a day, 12 students. We get them in, we teach them these skills, get them industry-recognized credentials, and pump them out. We have machining, welding, and metrology, and we're going to have a non-destructive testing program. And we've also got an additive manufacturing program, which we're incredibly excited about. And the additive manufacturing program is really a large push from Navy, because Navy, one of their main focuses is lead times, castings, mitigating those lead times. Additive manufacturing fits right into that segment. And in the Danville region, machining is our legacy, so we're new to additive. So America Makes can really potentially be a huge help for us as we really get this pilot through.
Yeah, and I think one of the exciting parts, you know, not only career pathways, you know, is somewhere we anchor in, but looking at, you know, that pathway of industry recognized credentials, right?
Yes.
And candidly, for us, that starts as low as the Girl Scouts, you know, and it goes through, you know, micro badges and digital badges in middle school, and then starting to get into some of those entry-level industry recognized credentials through high schools, and then really layering those into community colleges, four-year institutions, all the way through adults, and reskill, upskill, and looking at underserved populations and all those kind of things. So the validation of that, right, and you both kind of share this sentiment of the voice of industry and defense. You know, you're looking at programs that are funded that way. One of the interesting connection points, James, with that program down there is, you know, your connectivity to the Navy, right? And we're working with, you know, Navy operations on a 3-tiered apprenticeship pathway program for additive, right? So making sure that we're not duplicating, making sure that we can align and map and those kind of things as well. And Tony, I know that's some of the work, obviously, down there in Tennessee that you're spearheading with your DMCSB.
Yeah, so there's two sides to the coin. There's new technology development, which we're certainly focused on. We have 9 separate research projects that we're running right now with faculty at the University of Tennessee, grad students, undergrads, in the areas of things as diverse from machine learning for machining to cracking in composite additive manufacturing and so on. So the research activities are critical, but then we also want to be able to push new technology into the defense manufacturing base. And so one of the things the Defense Manufacturing Community Support Program talks about is technology adoption, similar to America Makes. And so we have focused on establishing tech demo sites where we can show technology, reduce the barrier and risk for our partners to be able to implement that technology. We've had some key technology implementations already, so some new adoptions because of that. Very proud of that part of it. The other side of the coin, like James talked about, was the absolute need for training the near-term and far-term manufacturing workforce. So we have, similar to the program at Danville, we have machining, CNC machining training capabilities, online and then in person. The big news for today, and your audience is the first one to hear it, is that we just got our 50th state.
That's
so
awesome.
Hawaii finally joined today.
I know you've been trying on that
so
one.
we
Yeah.
got all 50 states now.
That's
I'm
great.
absolutely thrilled.
You're taking a business trip to congratulate that 50th guest.
I'm going to go
right?
meet this person.
The
That's
50th
right.
yeah, you need a handshake, right?
That's right.
There's no doubt about that. That's exciting, and I think it speaks true, right? I mean, it's aligning in mission, it's aligning in passion. You know, I know both of you pretty well.
Sure.
Passionate people, right? And that's one of the kind of drivers of the Institute. Is when we can get together, there's little things we can accomplish together.
Yeah, for sure.
I certainly appreciate you both spending
Thank
some
you.
time with me
Yeah,
today.
thank
You know, one of the things I'll share too, you know, these are limited edition, so I'll
gosh.
share them with you. These are AM Nation t-shirts.
Thank
You
you.
know, so limited edition, you can't get these everywhere.
Awesome.
They're not given to everybody, but we certainly appreciate you, and we're really looking forward to working together.
Thanks.
So we will we'll see you guys very soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Nice to talk to you.